Hey everybody, and welcome back. Really? Yes, welcome back to you too, Sam. Sorry, my dog is sitting right here. If you're new to my channel, thanks for checking out this video, and be sure you like and subscribe if you do enjoy my content. Get away from my muffin! I just decided to make this quick video because I'm actually working on next week's video, and I discovered really quickly I wasn't going to be able to do it this week because I need my husband to help me film. So I'm making this bad boy. It's gonna go along with my next week's Netflix and chill drinks. So yeah, there's some booze in it. So for this week, I figured for the people that actually hang out and want to get to know me a little bit more, I'm gonna go ahead and just answer a few questions I found on this website, conversationstartersworld.com, and we're gonna go ahead and just answer some of the questions that are on here. Probably like 10 of them. We'll see what happens. Are you done? You're not getting cupcakes. No cupcakes for you. I made you a cake, you don't want to eat it. I talk to my dog a lot. So there's something new for you to know. What's my favorite genre of book or movie? I do enjoy watching horror movies. Some of you are probably like, the fuck? But I enjoy horror movies. Genre book, definitely I love horror because my brain can come up with the most terrifying shit. What is something that a ton of people are obsessed with but you don't get the point of? It's August, it's the end of summer. Meaning fall will come. Spilling the tea on this one. I am not a fan of pumpkin spice lattes. I worked at Starbucks. I still don't get it. I have pumpkin spice lattes. I've had pumpkin spice lattes from other places. I just don't get the point of putting the devil's gourd into a cup of milk. I just don't get it. That's it. What are some of the events in your life that made you who you are? Let me take a bite of this alcoholic cupcake. So, when I was 18, I actually got kicked out of the house by my mom, and she'd been telling me that for years, like, oh, when you get 18, you're getting the fuck out of my house, blah, blah, blah. And, for a year, I actually moved to New Jersey with my dad, which I learned a lot about that situation, and that situation was a mix of good and bad. But I had learned a lot during that time period. You know, it was a tough period. This is tough. This is a hard one. But moving out to the East Coast, and specifically Neptune, New Jersey, is near Asbury Park, kind of like 40 minutes away from Newark, New Jersey, for those of you that have never been out to New Jersey or the States, period. Yeah, I lived there for a year, and I was going to college. I just went to a community college out there. I was working. But during that time period, my dad decided, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and move to Louisiana because I got this contract that's better than the stuff here, and I'm going to leave you here because I don't want you to move. So I was living by myself. I mean, I had a roommate. I put that in quotes because she did live there sometimes, but for the most part, she just always went home. I learned a lot about myself, of how independent I could be and how things worked. One of the other things that did make me who I am as an adult, I had a boyfriend that I was dating long distance, and I loved him to bits. Okay, let's be a little more honest. So when we first started dating, I liked him a lot, but I didn't love him. But over time, you know, those feelings grew. When I came back, he broke up with me because fuck me. I come back for him, actually. I declined. I got an opportunity to go to a really good art school, and I chose to try to go to the Art Institute of Denver to be with him. And funny story about the Art Institute of Denver, I didn't get to go because I couldn't do the loan payments. I needed my dad or somebody at that time to help me. My dad originally said he was, and then he backed out. Now I'm glad I didn't, because I would have been in a fuckload of debt. But right after that happened, I was devastated. I'm skipping over a lot of that because it's a long story. That's probably a whole nother video by itself. But he broke up with me because I wasn't happy. And you would think that changed me a lot because I realized I couldn't rely on him, even though I had relied on him for a year. But it also gave me some insight into what a good relationship looks like, or what am I actually looking for in a relationship. Unfortunately, I was stupid. And how many minutes do I have on this? I got plenty. I was stupid. Fucking stupid. I continued to go back to him for 4 years, and he would randomly dump me for other reasons. We're gonna be honest here. He dumped me to go fuck another girl. That probably got a little too personal. Okay, anyway, those are two things that really changed my adult life. Please give me a nicer question than that. What is something that your friends would consider so you? I guess going into my love of anime and shit, if they see something, they usually can tell if I'm gonna like it. But that's not all my friends. I would say I have maybe 3 people who could point out an anime and be like, that's some shit Brittany's gonna like, or that's totally Brittany. Can't think, I don't know. Biek, Janelle, Erica, give me something. I have no fucking clue, honestly. What do people think? What do people think is weird about you? What do people think is weird about me? A lot of things. Doing stuff like this apparently is very weird. So, thanks to those of you that are still here. Yeah, this fucking website, like, there's a bunch of goober-ass questions, but it keeps giving me serious ones. Among my friends and my family, what am I famous for? One of the things that I will do for friends and family, and you actually have to be a certain level of closeness to get one of these from me, I will make a personalized greeting card. It is weird. I originally started doing it because I had no money and I felt awful I couldn't get something for a friend's birthday. But he appreciated that so much more because I guess it was more personalized. What bends your mind every time you think about it? That my husband and I have been together for 10 years. It blows my mind that it's been that long. 3 interesting facts about me. Oh fuck. Fact number 1. I'm really fucking good at Parappa the Rapper and Jammer Lammy. Like an obsession level good. Maybe I will do a stream of that one day, but that's interesting fact number 1, at least for me. Interesting fact number 2. I actually got to hang out with Teddy Pendergrass when I was about 12 years old. He's known for this. I hung out with him because at the time my stepmom knew him. We hung out at his house once. We went to Hershey Park with him. Went to an office building with him because his son was doing some sort of thing there. He was a really nice guy. I also learned a lot about wheelchair accessibility that day because for those of you that probably don't know, Teddy Pendergrass was in a really bad car accident that left him immobile. So he was in a wheelchair for a lot of the day, but he was super nice and super kind. So when he died, I was actually very, very sad. That day I found out. And
I forgot to include a third interesting fact. I guess interesting fact about me number 3. I'm terrified of needles. No joke.
If I could make one rule that everyone had to follow, what rule would I make? Don't be an asshole. When was the last time you changed your opinion or belief about something major? Probably how I thought my views on therapy had changed when I went into therapy. When I was younger, I thought, well, therapy's for crazy people. Why would I ever do that? But I ended up getting thrown into therapy when I was like 8. So believe me, when I heard therapy, I thought crazy. But I learned early on therapy was super helpful. My parents originally threw me in there because my mom and my dad are divorced. And they each individually 2 separate times. So my dad threw me into therapy because, you know, I was a kid. I had an active imagination. I've always been super creative. And he thought it was strange that sometimes I was talking to an imaginary friend. So I went to therapy, which the therapist said it was normal. But the moment they wanted to talk about more of our family history, got pulled out of therapy. Same with my mom. Except my mom's wasn't the same reason. One thing I want but I can't afford. Right now, a house. So I live in a condo. My husband and I, we bought it, but we would like a house at some point. And right now, we just can't afford it. The housing in our area is fucking ridiculous. People are coming Colorado because they're like, there's jobs in pot. So yeah, a house. I can't afford a house right now. What's the best compliment I've received? is a very odd thing. But back to my thing of I make greeting cards for friends. I went to a friend's house recently and I looked at stuff on their fridge, and I noticed my card I made them last year was still hanging up, and it's a really big compliment for me. I have another friend who did the same thing. I made her a death cake. Don't ask why. It was cute. It was stupid. Erica. And it meant the world to me. I didn't say anything about it, but it meant so much that I saw that hanging up on their fridge. What's my favorite piece of clothing I've owned? Owned. So, back in the olden days, there were pants that we like to call, there were the pants that were known as Jenkos. I did not have Jenkos, I had the other brand, which was Kickwear. I had these amazing big-ass Kickwear pants. I fucking love them. You could probably fit like 3 people in the pants. Like, the waist was tiny, but oh my god, they flared out, they were huge. I love them. My dad had made me get rid of those pants I adored, for what I thought, oh, okay, well, I guess this makes sense to get more adult clothes. I literally got like 3 shirts and some sweatpants. Not worth getting rid of my Kickwears. But, oh my gosh. So I went to a thrift store about 3 or 4 years ago, probably about 4 years ago, and I found another pair of Kickwears. They weren't the exact same as my others, but you bet your ass I put them on, and they fit like a glove, and I was like, yes! I found my pants again! So, to make matters weirder, when I did see my dad, you bet your ass I wore those pants in front of him, and I just strutted along like, that's my favorite item of clothing. What hobby would I get into if time wasn't an issue? I'd probably do this shit full time. Who's your go-to band or artist when you can't decide on something to listen to? Daft Punk. Hands down Daft Punk. What amazing thing did I do that no one was around to see? I guess I'm gonna end it on this one. I'm pretty basic. There's an older lady, and she used to do this little gardening in this patch of dirt out in front of her condo. And there was one day I was going to work, I was in a rush, I was like, okay, I'll be on time and everything. And I saw the lady, and she's like waving me down like this. She had fallen, she couldn't get up, so I walked over, I lifted her up, and instead of just, being like, okay, I gotta go, I walked her all the way up to her unit, and made sure she got in okay, sat her down, did everything I could. And I really never talked about it except to my job at that time, because I don't know, anymore, like when I told my husband about that, he was like, that's so sweet and amazing. But I was like, well, I don't know, that just feels like the human thing to do. I'm gonna stop annoying you with these questions now. And once again, thank you so much for watching this. If you got to the end of this video, thank you so much. And again, thank you for 81 subscribers. It really does mean a lot to me. I'm glad that when I made this and with my silly edits and my weird ass self, that you would choose to watch me. You would choose to take, I don't know, even if it's 10 seconds out of your day just to watch an intro or something of my video. It really does mean a lot to me. I'm a very sentimental, cold-hearted bitch. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please come back next week. I'm going to be making more I'm going to make some booze cupcakes for my video next week. So, once again, thank you for getting through this video, and catch you later. Bye. Yeah.